I'ma press play every time.
The funny don't stop shows. The funny don't stop. Hey, the funny don't stop shows. The funny don't stop. The funny don't stop shows. The funny don't stop. The funny don't stop shows. The funny don't stop. Hey.
My name is Halo Thomas, and you're listening to the Funny Don't Stop Show.
My name is Alex Thomas, and I am the host of the Funny Don't Stop Show. AKA the Coronavirus Prevention Show.
No doubt.
And that is why we are all super safe. This shit is happening like crazy now. I can't even lie. I can see Doc's got his mask on.
Got my shit on, cuz.
Raul has his mask. You know what? I might as well just introduce everybody because we got so much shit to talk about. All the way to my right, we have the amazing, super talented, savvy, amusing in the building. What up, Savvy?
What up, gang? What up, gang? Back in Hollywood, right where we supposed to be. What's up, y'all?
That's what I'm talking about. And to your left, we got the man that got the answers to everything. That's why they call him Fact Man. Give it up for Said Brass in the building.
Brass, ladies and gentlemen.
What up, Said? How you doing, man?
Yo, what's up, man?
You ready to have some fun?
Yeah, I can actually breathe in these masks, man. Not like in the N95 when I got.
Well, first of all, you're gonna be able to breathe for the rest of your life because you're safe.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, that's safety first, ladies and gentlemen. And right here we have the lovely, the talented Betsy Cox in the building. What up, Betsy Cox? I see you nice and living. How you doing?
I'm breathing good right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to my left, we got this amazing production staff right here. Of course, this dude right here, the coldest, flyest dressed producer on the planet, Doc's in the building. What up, Doc Clark?
What's cracking, cuz?
Yeah, I see you looking like a black Eskimo up in this bitch.
Hey, if it gets below 72, I'm bringing out the Parker, homie.
And to your left, we have none other than... That's right, we all gonna live on this bitch today. And Dano, I have a feeling like you're just walking right in front of cameras. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Okay, you watching? Cause I bought before we even get started, everybody. Can everybody look at me, please?
What's that?
I have gifts for everyone. Okay.
Oh my God.
Take one and pass it down.
Oh
Take one and pass it down.
Right, this is like a Rolex watch right now.
Really?
I know.
You know how much you can get this on the street?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Between me and my wife, we made $30,000 in 2 days.
As you should.
Okay, boy, I'm shipping these to the East Coast. I'm shipping these things across the border.
Hell yeah.
So this is truly my gift to you guys.
Oh my goodness.
Now we can take our mask off. Ladies
That is hilarious.
and gentlemen, I don't even know where to start. All I know is we went every single place in the city, and a light went on in my head. And this would usually be my wife's idea.
Yeah, Bath
you
and
wouldn't
Body
think that it
Works.
would come from a dude. I was like, baby, what's that place you're in all day, every day, 3 times much? She's like, Bath and Body Works. I was like, you know they got the sanitizer.
No,
here.
that was a great idea.
She said the exact
That's
same
a great
thing.
idea.
She's like, I would not have even thought. When we went there, when I tell you we bought all their stock,
Wow.
I spent $13,000.
Right.
But like I said, I made $30,000 in 2 days.
Well,
So.
where's the warm vanilla though?
Oh, they're out. They're out. What did you get? I got stress relief. What did you get?
I got stress relief.
Said gave me something.
So
Where
real
I
quick, in front of the
Antibacterial.
cameras, I need everybody right now, everybody on camera,
Yeah.
Savvy. Everybody put a little on there.
Oh,
And,
the little Dobby
yeah, we
Doody.
gonna be nice and clean in front of
There you go.
everybody, so they
This
see
one kind of fly.
safety first on the Funny Don't Stop Show.
This mug
And
smells.
we're not stressed out.
Smells good too. It smells pimping up.
Is this Dracar?
This smells like the inside of my uncle's Cadillac.
Car smells
That is
so
Dracar.
good.
Yeah, this is like cool water.
Oh
Exactly.
God, I can't. I love
Mine
cool
smell like
water.
cool water too. That's still
Hey, you laughing all you want, but you gonna put this shit in your car.
smell like cool water.
But you do know you gonna take this home with you, right?
Smell like a 9th grade savvy right here, man.
Listen, you can have chicks following you on Hollywood Boulevard wearing this. It smells good.
It's so funny the way it's gotten though, Alex, because it started out as a joke, but it's dead serious now. Like I was parking and a dude sneezed next to me and I got mad, like, hey man, don't be doing that shit around me, nigga.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you get paranoid. I mean,
No,
you never used to would think about that, like, oh, God sneezed. You would say, bless you.
Right,
A
God
dude
bless
sneeze
you.
now, you be like, nigga, I'll fuck your shit up. Sneezing around me, man.
Hey, when you think about it, with this coronavirus, if you sneeze on somebody, that's like a felony.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, real talk. Real
That
talk.
could almost be attempted murder.
Damn right.
While you
Definitely,
bullshit.
yeah.
For real.
While you bullshit. No, but here's the crazy part, you guys. I didn't, I'm not one of those people that sits on and watches the news for 11 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
There's even a thing going on right now. They're calling it the coronavirus anxiety.
Yeah.
For people that literally are on the news.
I can see that.
6 hours a day, and they won't leave their house.
My sister.
They won't shake anybody's hands. They won't answer phones.
Yeah.
They're the people, the reason you got to drive 190 miles to get some toilet tissue right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't joking on Instagram when I say I had to drive to Palmdale to wipe my ass this morning.
My sister is in a massive
Yeah,
fight
it's
with
crazy.
Ralph's.
Really?
Y'all, Ralph's offered a coupon this weekend for toilet paper before the coronavirus stuff hit.
Right.
They were sold out of toilet paper before the coupon started, and they're like, we're not giving out rain checks.
That's crazy.
My sister's like, get your manager, I need toilet paper.
And then where's the manager? He's taking a shit right now.
Yeah, exactly.
The manager is using all the toilet tissue. No, here's the crazy part. I'll let you finish laughing.
That's unbelievable.
No, here's the crazy part, you guys. When it didn't really hit me and my wife until we went into Ralph's, and truly all of the water, all of the toilet tissue, and all the sanitizer was gone. We weren't looking at it like that. We just weren't looking at it like that. And the manager literally came up to me. He was like, dude, we're gone. Like, we're sold out by 9 a.m. every morning in the last week. So if you want to get toilet tissue, if you want to get sanitizer, if you want to get water, you basically got to be there at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning to even get the restock to get it. And here's my thing, and I want to hear what all you guys have to say about it. I feel like the media, the press, the news, they're putting so much on it right now that it's making it like this. It's making like the, what is it called? Cottonelle or whatever, what's the other, Charmin. They're making them gazillionaires now because people are going out and buying, 96 rolls every time they go to the store now. Everything's out, you guys.
Yeah. So this is the time for you to get some Lewis Stewart toilet tissue.
Oh, shit.
What are you doing, nigga?
Yeah.
If you don't call your PR right now.
No, that is true. And charge $1,300 for a roll.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna tell them it's made out of gator skin.
It comes with a bag that holds the roll.
That's gonna be rough on that ass, made
That's
out
gonna
of
be
gator
rough on your
skin.
ass.
Your
Yeah.
ass gonna be towed up.
Toe up.
No, what's so funny is, I'm not even lying to you. You know how, in the dope game, right? Let's say we live in California. Say 2 states, California, Texas. We kind of all know, if you know anybody in the dope game, if you know anything about the dope game, they're getting all this supply from Mexico, right?
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
what the cartels are.
Yep.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm already working on my connects in South Dakota and Wyoming for toilet tissue, water, and sanitizer. Because them the kind of place to be like population 11.
Yeah.
So, they are fully equipped on everything.
Oh, they
So I'm
loaded.
working out a little something where it gets shipped from South Dakota, and I sell it for the 50. You understand what I'm saying?
And it's so funny, man, because I know this is like teetering off into something slightly different, but I'm watching a Trump press conference this morning, and then he's trying to justify
fine.
this is the reason
all
we
good.
need a wall because of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
So I'm
God.
explain
so
that.
you mean to tell me that a brick wall is blocking a fucking virus?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what does a wall got to do with an airborne bacterial virus?
That just shows you the bullshit that Trump is on.
Oh, me, man.
That just tells you the bullshit. What's your
my
feeling on that,
God.
Sid? Because I know, what's your feeling?
I was loving the story today, how someone reported how one of the guys that was flying in the Air Force One helicopter with him today, he actually had been come in contact with some people with the coronavirus. So it's a meme going around with people saying, man, I hope Donald Trump gets, I'm not condoning that. I want to say the views and messages that are applied from what's coming out of my mouth are not reflected of the Funny Don't Stop Show and Dash. But people were basically saying that the meme was like, man, I wonder if the guy came in contact with Donald Trump and if he contracted the
Well, that
virus.
would be crazy if we just got a call that, the President of the United States has come down with the corona. Do you understand there would be a parade?
Oh my God, I know.
People would celebrate if that motherfucker came up with. This is how I know it's getting really bad. This is gonna bother a lot of people. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Costco has taken away all the samples because of the coronavirus.
Are you serious?
Brother, do you know that me and my wife, we only go to Costco for the damn samples?
You have got to be kidding me. You do not eat those samples. Shoot
Betsy, when I tell you we made it date night. We made it date night out of going to Costco just for the samples.
I go to Costco for the coupons.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah. That's true.
That's a fact.
That's definitely true. Of course, I work in food and beverage, so I've heard about all of the demos. I told y'all about Expo West and about Arnold. So all of the food conventions and all of those things are all shut down. And so now, yeah, you're right, Alex. That's 100% correct.
Oh, it's getting a little crazy now. I've heard Mariah Carey just canceled her concert today. Because of the see now it's starting to trickle and get now it's starting to fuck with people's money now.
Are you sure it wasn't because of ticket sales? Was people really buying them?
Oh, who, Mariah?
Yeah.
I mean, she's still a superstar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she sold out in Vegas. I went. I just recently went.
In Vegas.
No, that's her residency. Right.
Yeah.
But still, like, let's just be real right now, you guys. Me and Raul were talking about this on the way here. As much as I joke and laugh and giggle about it, I don't know if I want to be under a roof with 25, 35,000 people right now.
No.
Because you know you're clean, you know you wash your hands, but you really don't know how nasty and filthy some of these motherfuckers are.
Hold on, right now.
One at a time.
If somebody called you to book your show and be like, Alex, I got 100 stacks for you to come do a show in Vegas, to do a live show. Matter of fact, we're interested in maybe doing a run of Alex Thomas series in Vegas. Well, will you come right now?
I have an answer for that. That's when I start selling my coronavirus mask at all my shows. It's gonna say "The Funny Don't Stop" right on my shit. You're not gonna see my mouth or any jokes tonight, and I'm not gonna see your laugh. But motherfucker, we gonna be in this thing together. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
The funny don't stop until your ass sneeze, motherfucker. Then it's a wrap.
Wait, so let me ask you.
Pumping this Jacor sanitizer out of the air conditioner vents.
No, that's gonna be my new merch. I'm gonna be selling sanitizer bottles with "The Funny Don't Stop" on it. I'm gonna be selling masks with "The Funny Don't Stop" on it. Hey, did you guys hear that John Travolta came down with the coronavirus?
Yeah.
Hell no.
And you know what, Dano? I think you're gonna have to move to the side because you're blocking people's view and outside. Yes. No. Now you're people were trying to see us. You were just right in the way. I don't know if you think your daddy was made out of glass, nigga. With that, Dano, you were just. I was looking at the man behind you. And you were just like literally, you're just standing right in the middle of people. Okay, we good.
Was trying to give him a.
Yeah, it was his choice.
Dano was trying to show that ass off.
Big shout out to DJ Dano, you guys.
Yeah.
DJ Dano.
Unfortunately, we cannot play music on our show. I might as well let everybody know we can't play music on our show because we're also on all platforms now, which is iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, a lot of different platforms that we cannot play registered music. So that's the only reason why you're not seeing Dano right now. But he's still our boy. We love him to death. And big round of applause for DJ Dano. Speaking of all folk, we're still on that topic, but I want everybody to call in now. All our fans all over the world, give us a call. We want to hear what you have to say. 323-503-2070. One more time, tell them, say it.
Yes, 323-503-2070. Call us in. Let us know what you're talking about. And check us out on youtube.com, /TheFunnyDon'tStopShow.
And we are coming to you live from Dash Studios in Hollywood, California, right here on Hollywood Boulevard. So shout out to Dash Studios. Real quick question. Did you guys hear that John Travolta came down with the virus? Is that true or is that a false alarm?
Yeah, I read that it was a false alarm, but I think it was just a meme everybody was going crazy with to just play off the fact of staying alive. And I said the joke.
Staying alive.
and Saturday Night Fever.
Right. Yeah.
Did he come down with it on Saturday night? Is what I'm wondering. For him to get the Saturday Night Fever.
We got a phone call too.
Oh, we got a phone call, man. Let's holler. Let him holler at us.
Caller, what's up?
What's up, y'all? You're on the Funny Don't Stop Show. What's your name and where you calling us from?
I think that's Dano playing.
Probably. He needs attention. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. So you said that was a false alarm with John Travolta?
We haven't confirmed that through any legitimate news sources. So we're gonna just say it's conjecture right now.
So they say that Italy, the country of Italy, is actually the biggest country with the most cases outside of China, and they're already shutting down sporting events. Like, soccer games get 60, 70,000 people in those countries. Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, that's official. Yeah, Alex is on top of it this week, man.
Yeah, I've been watching the news more than ever.
That is official, dude. They just shut it down, shut the whole city down.
Apparently, there's no food there. Apparently, it's hard to get food because
in Italy.
Yeah, you know the girl who was married to Sylvester Stallone, who has those 3 boys. She's that big, tall.
Okay, yeah, the model.
Her kids are in Italy, and they try to get food, and they said it's like really hard to get food right now.
That's crazy. In Italy, you can't get a pizza or some pasta. I can't believe that.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
You would think you can get some fettuccine alfredo in Italy, wouldn't you? Or some good ass spaghetti and meatballs. Nothing.
You know what? Not to digress, man, but you know what? This is really making me worried about, that they will use this as a way to quarantine cities, instill curfew, go into like a martial law type of thing where everybody got to shut it down. Yeah. I know it seems crazy, like it's from Terminator, from a movie or something, but it's kind of eerie watching how this thing is kind of slowly, matriculating into our society. But
well, you know what?
What's your thoughts on it?
I look at it like this, man. You still got to stay prayed up. I'm just not the type person to be, what's the word? I get confused with this word. I don't want to be in my house. What's the word when you're scared of everything?
Anxiety or?
Anxiety. And there's another word? I'm not going to be...
Yeah, you're not going to let this... Yeah.
Paranoid. I'm not going to be paranoid just because some crazy shit that's happening on the news. First of all, it's more than just me now. I have a wife. I have 2 kids. I have a 2 and a 4-year-old. So the last thing I'm going to do is stop our world because of some ignorance. Don't get me wrong. We're going to be smart. We're going to be aware. But I'm not stopping my regular life. Like I was just telling Betsy, next Friday, I have a show in Las Vegas. So that'll be my first time on a plane since all this came about in the last 2 weeks or whatever. But I don't care what anybody says. I'm wearing my mask on the plane. I'm not messing around, dude, because you're breathing recycled air on an airplane. Yeah. And it's almost like, I'm not trying to be funny, but if somebody sneezes, if 10 people sneeze on a plane, it's really not going anywhere. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's staying in the room. You know what I mean?
But to my point though, Alex, I'm not talking about our own self decisions, right? I'm talking about government decisions. Yeah. Where government is saying you can't go out at this time. Okay, everyone has to be confined to their house. You're hearing now, I have a few friends that work corporate jobs. Their corporate job is saying, don't come in. Everybody has to figure out how to work from home.
They're officially saying that now. They're officially saying that.
Yeah, I have a few confirmed friends that work at Fortune 500 companies. Oh, wow. They're saying, you can't come into work right now. Everybody work from home for now.
So Google is saying that.
Yeah, Google's
saying work from home.
So I'm saying, again,
they're trying to keep people out the streets.
I'm saying, with the government, what happens if the government gets into a position where they're saying nobody can go out, nobody can go to work, nobody can go anywhere, right. The food is all drained, resources, like how do we handle and manage ourselves from a government?
So that's part of why, again, I'm not trying to sound like I'm not paying any attention to what's been going on, but when you say that makes me think, so is that part of why people are going out and buying everything because they're afraid that that's going to happen in a week or 2? We're going to get the national whatever a call that don't leave your homes.
Yes, exactly. That's what people are worried about. And you see certain cities, I forgot what city in Seattle, where they were saying, we already are trying to figure out how to contain the situation, but we might have to shut the city down.
See,
they've already shut the fire department down, and they've already
Why would you shut the fire department? They're the ones that try to help and save people.
Because a firefighter has already been found with the coronavirus that specific
And then
time.
I heard, to add to what you're saying, they have 1 case in Riverside, and that was enough for them to say no Coachella this year.
Well, I don't think that's official yet.
I heard that. You heard that too, right?
But there are a ton of cases in LA now. What is it, 20?
Yes,
20
but
cases?
Do you have any addresses of where these people are?
One in Century City.
Okay, what street? What corner?
I
am not going to get any. I'm not doing any shopping, or I won't be going to Javier's.
Are there any cases in Corona? You would think.
And was the person getting Corona in Corona drinking a Corona? Is what I want to know.
Can I actually get a Corona?
Right.
No. Yeah, no, there was one case in Century City. I was in the vet picking up all my dogs from the groomers yesterday.
Can a dog get
Yes, the dogs can get it.
Yeah.
How do you guys know that?
The dogs
because
can
it started
get it.
from an animal. It started from a bat. Right?
Yeah, I told y'all that 2 weeks ago.
And that's why I don't think y'all should be eating meat.
It started for animals, but you know, we won't go deep into that.
No. Here's what's crazy, and I am not making this up. If you follow me on Instagram, or go see on my Instagram there right now, Funny Man Alex Thomas. This is a true story. This Monday coming up, the 16th, we were gonna be bringing the kids to Disneyland.
Okay.
We were bringing them on the 16th because it's my mother-in-law's birthday. Happy birthday, Rosie. And she just wanted to bring the kids to Disneyland, and I was like, I don't think that would be a good idea right now.
Yeah, I saw
because when I looked on Instagram and I saw Mickey Mouse wearing a coronavirus mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
You did see that?
Yeah,
Come on.
Yes.
So you must not follow me.
Yeah,
I saw it.
Did you see Mickey Mouse with
Is
the
that
coronavirus?
for real though? I don't
Yes,
know if
that's Mickey
real.
Mouse saying, "You might not want to come this week."
That was a good one. That was a good one, Alex. Hey, you better keep that one and use that one on stage, Alex.
No, I'll leave that up to Savvy. But yeah, but Mickey Mouse was like, "Don't come this week."
Make Mickey Mouse sneeze.
Stay home. Yeah, so we're not going. And then I called him up. I said, "Mickey, is it really a coronavirus?" He's like, "Nigga." So,
Yeah, we gonna have to get the screen. We gonna have to get the screen up because that was good. Shouts out to Raul. Thanks for putting that up on the screen.
Oh man.
you watching it?
Yeah, he put it up on the screen.
Yeah, so we won't be. Savvy, I want to talk to you about this, man.
What's that, man?
So we were just talking about how they're shutting down soccer, 65,000 people in Italy, and guys are playing in empty, stadiums. So the big talk here in America is the NBA, and they were jumping into it, saying that there's a possibility. I mean, shit, if they cut down a Mariah Carey concert, and Said's talking about corporate America is not having people come in. The NBA is saying that there is a chance, if this gets any worse in the next week or two, and we're in the heart of the season right now, that pro basketball, the league will be playing with empty arenas. And LeBron said he wasn't having that. Is that?
James
Tell us about it.
James said I wasn't having it. LeBron was like, "Hey, man, I ain't playing." I do this shit for the fans. So NBA, y'all do what y'all want, but I ain't playing.
So he really said that.
He damn sure did. And in a way, man, I don't blame him, bro. And then the reason I don't think it's going to happen, because, they're going to tell you safety first. Yeah, everybody's taking precautions. But at the end of the day, how much money do you stand to lose by having an empty stadium?
Yeah.
True.
They're not going to do that, bro, because it's all about the Benjamins.
At the end of the day, it's a business.
It's about the money.
Now, here's the thing.
I think they are going to do it. I do. I think they're going to do it because they have to protect their fans.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is
what
true
do you
because
think,
the lawsuit.
Seth?
No. You know what? That's a good point, Betsy. And don't forget what you're going to say, Said. That's a good point, Betsy. Because when you think about it, and I don't know, maybe this is a question for Said. If somebody comes into, let's just give an example, Friday night, 17,005 at the Staples Center, and let's just say 6 people catch it or get sick in there, right? Who is liable? Isn't it the NBA that the people could sue?
Shouldn't
so
be.
is it NBA, by the NBA saying no people come into the arena, isn't that kind of two things? They're protecting, obviously, the players, because at the end of the day, without the players, there's no money made. And then the second part is you don't want players getting sick, you don't want people getting sick. What side are you on, and what are they saying, Sad?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I think we would take that up with legal matters. I think, of course.
No, we're going to take it up with you, Sad, because there is no... you better not dare put that on a lawyer,
No, we got to go into the
You're
statute.
the smartest motherfucker in this room. You're going to play the goddamn lawyer here.
Yeah, I wish, man.
Push it off on the legality people.
We got to go to the lawyers on that one. No, real talk, man, because we got to see who's liable. When you start talking about these claims, I think that it's a public risk, so you can't put that on the NBA. If you know that there's already a risk and you purchased a ticket and came out anyway, you have to show that the NBA somehow showed malice and was part of complicit of making you get the contract the actual disease.
But by the NBA letting you in this stadium, knowing that this virus is out there, and they've been talking about it, and let's just say they don't move on it. We've been talking about it for 2 weeks, and let's just say they don't move on it, and somebody gets sick, or a player gets sick during a game. Who's to blame? Because you know, in that game with all that money, somebody is going to have to get the finger pointed.
Well, the key is you said letting, right? Everyone knows this virus is out there. So you have a choice to know if you're going to go to this game or not willfully on your own and take that risk. Just like you go out in the street every day, catch the flu.
So you're taking it out of the hands of the NBA. So if somebody catches it, you're saying they can't get blamed.
I wouldn't think that you could sue the NBA for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, it's already in the public domain. You already know it's already. Now, if it was some kind of contracted disease that was only significant within the NBA or within just the stadium, then you might be able to sue the NBA in the stadium. But for the simple fact that it's already a worldwide epidemic, or a pandemic, I should say, there's no way you can sue the NBA for
All right, so back to Savvy real quick. So Savvy, with LeBron James being the biggest star, hands down, easily in the NBA, and so many young players and people that look up to him, his opinion and everything about him, if he does go, let's say this does come down, and Adam, what's the commissioner's name?
Adam Silver.
Adam Silverman.
Say he goes this weekend, Friday through Sunday, games are scheduled, no fans are allowed. If LeBron James damn near boycotts and says, I ain't showing up, what do you think is going to happen? Is he going to get fined and every player behind him get fined, or what happens?
I believe if he chose to do it, let's say the first couple of games, because the way the NBA is now, where they're giving players load management, they just say, oh, I don't want to play tonight, load management. I believe he'll be able to get away with it freely a couple of days, but if it leaks after that, they're going to force him to play, or it's probably going to be some very heavy fines. And then it ends up getting a little bit tricky because the Lakers are right there behind.
I was just about to say that.
Milwaukee.
Hey, man, this
about
ain't the
7
time for
games
that.
behind Milwaukee. So it's like, damn, are you really not going to play? And mess up your seating due to rules for safety? So it gets really tricky if that happens.
Well, see, here's my thing. Nike is $1 trillion business. They have got to be able to make a matching coronavirus mask to match his shoes. Nigga, just play with your mask, because we need to get to these goddamn playoffs.
But you know what?
I'm thinking about this championship this year.
James Worthy played with the goggles.
Come on, James Worthy played. Hey, if he got to play with a real gas mask.
Man, for real, bro. That's the way I feel. I don't want shit stepping in the way of our championship this season. Do what the hell you got to do, man.
But everybody's missing the elephant in the room, though.
And what is that?
We have not one single claim of any African
I know
American
he's gonna say that. That's real.
contracted the coronavirus.
No, he's not lying about that.
Give it up for Sandra knowing in black facts.
Yes.
But you want to know what's crazy, said?
That's real.
I'm going to tell you when you said that. I think it may be, and there's no, proof to this, but they may be trying to find out if we can get it. Remember that cruise ship that decides to just stop in Oakland?
Oakland, I know.
So they say, okay, let's see if we can stop it in one of the blackest cities. And
now that I think about it,
they would have dropped that joint off in Long Beach, though. They did. I thought they was going to drop it off in Long Beach.
I did too.
But you know what? You're right, Savvy. I heard they pulled right up in front of Too Short Studio.
They did.
And when the ship pulled up, he was like, bitch! No, but so Sam,
trying to give us that coronavirus, Playboy.
Say, are you trying to say on national, worldwide TV in front of all these cameras right now, are you standing on it and saying black folks can't get coronavirus?
I did not say that.
Not one has, though.
That's great. I mean, that's good to know. Goddammit.
To repeat back what I said there hasn't been any single claim yet with any African American that's contracted the coronavirus.
That's good to know.
I'm just stating the facts.
And let's pray to God those facts
I'm just stating the facts.
But it's scary the fact that you're putting it out there, though, Sid. Because what if Trump is listening?
You know what he's saying?
They don't call me fact man for nothing.
Black people can't get corona. Let's make one for black people. Call it Bud Light virus.
No, old English virus.
Old English virus. And make sure black people can get it. It'll be unbelievable.
St. Ides.
St. Ides virus.
or the new millennium, it would be called the dirty Sprite virus. Because that's what they doing. They sipping on that lean. Wait. I gotta say this, right? So this is just another thing that came up, and I gotta bring it up. How do I say this? They said that China has actually built a coronavirus hospital just for people that have it. And how about there's no real doctors? All the doctors are 5G robots.
Volunteers.
He has the pictures. You'll see it. You'll see it live. Everybody that's watching us. There's because they said a lot of doctors that helped the people that immediately got it when it first came out. They all died trying to help other people's lives. And now they got robots. I just don't know if a robot can handle everything.
Pop up.
What do you think? Betsy, would you like a robot to work on you?
Listen, you can recharge. I wish I was a robot. Recharge this battery. This bitch is going to keep going. I mean, I think a robot is better than a human. I got to be honest with you. Yeah, I think we're in trouble.
Tell us why. Tell us why.
Because robots can go 24 hours. All you have to do is plug them in and recharge them. They can keep doing and going. And humans, we need to sleep.
But robots, I mean, I'm not too educated on this coronavirus thing, but I don't know if there's any type of surgery to help these people. Is it more quarantine and just giving them pills?
Isn't it
do you know, Sam?
The lungs shut down? They need like a breathing machine and stuff like that?
Man, I really don't know how they actually go through the process. I just know that they are working on some type of vaccine, but they're saying that it's going to be years before a vaccine.
Yeah, a couple of years. They said at least 2 years.
Would you like to volunteer at a hospital to help people with the coronavirus, or would you rather us send a robot in?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pray from my house to the people. I'm gonna send my prayers to the people with it. But I'm gonna send them all right. I'm gonna email prayers and everything, but I'm not gonna be in the building.
Yeah, and the funny part is y'all were laughing about the name. They've already tagged the name just a little bit, and of course, Raul can help me with this. But when you start talking about Corona actually means royalty or crown, right?
Yeah,
so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we're talking about royalty, a royal bloodline. We're talking about these are the people that can actually dissuade this actual virus. So they're giving you the truth right there in plain sight. It's about a royal bloodline. That's
crazy. Did you guys hear this? This is another thing. I tripped out. So this family in Australia, they were kind of like, scared also, just like us, and they ordered online 48 rolls of toilet tissue, right? 48 rolls.
Okay.
And how about 4,800 rolls came?
What?
Damn.
4,800 rolls came to their house.
Wow.
So they basically have 12 years of shitting. They could do that's how much. It came out to 12 years worth.
And was that Amazon Prime?
I know. It was in Australia. Did you guys hear about that?
Nah, I didn't hear about it. Did they
4,800
were they
rolls.
charged for it?
Right, that's what I was going to be my next
Well,
question.
it was on their credit card, and so I guess they got a garage full of toilet tissue.
They better hope they don't get robbed.
Oh, either that or go into business.
God damn, that's a lot
I
of
think
toilet.
they're going to get robbed before they get to go.
First of all, whatever you paid, you should be able to triple the price right now.
Man, you ain't lying. You should be able to triple it right
and
now.
get into the street business. Goddamn.
I'm so glad I'm cheap.
Man, they
and
got a
every
whole
time,
warehouse full of that shit. They showing the pictures on the thing. We're gonna get it updated where we can get the TV showing.
That's crazy,
I buy toilet paper and I stock it like nothing you've ever seen when they have coupons on it.
Yeah.
So I have enough toilet paper for everybody here for months.
Oh, so we can go home with rolls.
Yeah, oh God.
All right, so next week, next week, I'm not lying. If the coronavirus is around 7 days from now, I need you to pull up next week. I'm dead serious. And give us each 3 rolls, and we're going to talk about that.
I'm going to actually start throwing out of my car window like a Mardi Gras toilet paper parade.
That's unbelievable,
So
man.
I got to give a shout out to all the pimps, the players, and the hustlers worldwide. I was going to talk to you about this too, Doc.
Okay, pimping.
Because I know you're a pimp. You play, you know what I mean? You
Okay, pimping.
You're pimping. So check this out. All the dudes worldwide, if you're listening, I don't care what color you are, whatever you do. Yeah. Say you are one of those dudes that got, nice little stable. Got to bring it down a little bit. You got a stable, and you got 3 or 4, in heavy rotation on a weekly basis, right?
Right.
STDs have always been around.
Yeah.
Right? AIDS is still out there. We can't forget about it.
Yeah.
But y'all might want to fall back for a few months with this goddamn coronavirus. Or you going to have to put some Purell on your dick, because I wouldn't touch a bitch with his dick nowadays. Yeah. I mean, you don't know who she's messed around with, who she's been messed with. I'm not even joking right now, you guys. Like, if I was a pimp right now, a player type dude, I would be more scared than ever, because now you don't know what's out there.
Yeah.
I want to know what you guys feel about that. Doc, what do you feel about that, man?
Man.
Pimp to pimp, player to player, pimp to pimp.
You kind of just fucked me up right there, player.
I mean, I don't even know if a condom's good enough.
I'm about to lock the dick up, man. about to lock the dick up, man.
Quarantine in the cock.
Did you say quarantine on the cob?
I said quarantine.
That is hilarious.
Quarantine the cock.
You know what I thought you were gonna say, Doc? You know what I thought you were gonna say? I was finna leave my dick at home, player. You feel me?
Yeah.
Leave my dick at the crib. You feel me? I'm leaving that motherfucker at the house.
Oh my God.
No, because you think
That's
about
real
it.
though.
No, that's just gonna drive the
Talk to me.
It's just like the stock market or any price, right? It's just gonna drive the price of coochie on the streets up. That's all.
And condoms, you think condoms are gonna go up?
It ain't gonna stop the game. It's just gonna drive the price up. So,
Ladies and gentlemen,
DJ
Ski the Funny Don't Stop Show. That's what I'm talking about. No, but I'm just telling you right now, when you think about it, if you were a condom, think about anybody right now, Purell, knowing what's going on right now. They can drive their prices up. Anything that's got to do with safety, Lysol, anything could go up. Condoms. If I were the Trojan company, I would put out the new Purell condoms right now.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think you'd be
That might.
I know I'm speaking from the background.
Yeah.
But here's an idea.
Okay.
3M, because there's a two-sided tape condom, so when you put it on, you know where they coming off. I'm telling you.
Oh Lord. Oh,
Dano, that idea is terrible.
we miss you.
You know what?
That idea is fucking
miss you,
terrible.
we really miss you.
Dano, all I gotta say is if you do that one, you're gonna die immediately. You're gonna be the nigga to die on the prototype. They're gonna give him a test. They're gonna give him a test run on the first pump. That nigga's just gonna get the virus immediately.
Yeah.
You're gonna be sneezing as soon as you get in the pussy.
Man, we miss you.
You're gonna see him reaching for the shit.
Oh my God.
Yes.
No, but hey, we talked a lot about the coronavirus because it's just going on like crazy. But look, real quick, while we were on the topic of basketball and we're talking about sports. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Savvy Amusing over there. And the name of his little segment's called Sabotage Sports. Yes, Sabotage Sports. I just got to ask you something real quick. This is inside shit, but hey, we basketball fans.
Yes, sir. Okay.
We looking really, really good right now as a real purple and gold Laker fan.
Oh, yeah.
We just picked up Dion Waiters. Is he going to help the team? Is that just going to give us a little extra spark, Savvy?
Little extra spark, man. Because one thing about it, you know, when you look at anybody that I deem to be competition to the Lakers, their bench is strong. The Clippers' bench is strong. Right. So that's basically what we did, man. We was trying to beef up the bench. It was between Waiters and I believe J.R. Smith. Yeah. They chose to roll with Waiters.
What about Jamal Crawford? Because I heard about.
But I don't know what happened.
I don't know. He didn't even try out, though.
Yeah.
J.R. did.
They didn't even work him out.
Right.
Worked him out.
But you know, a lot of times too, it comes down to politics too. Sometimes it's not just the athletic. Because when you think about it, yes, JR couldn't shoot the lights out.
Yeah.
Dude's a hell of a shout out to JR. That's my boy.
Yeah.
He can shoot his ass off.
And his defense too.
And his defense is great. But then they try to talk about him being a real nigga and maybe sometimes getting a mess off the court or whatever. You know, I don't know what their decision was, but I think he would have definitely been able to help us with the threes. Jamal Crawford, I don't know what his reason, because I think Jamal could come in at 62 years old and score 50.
And still shoot, for sure.
I think so, too.
With his eyes closed. This dude is just amazing. I think he won more six-mans of the year than like any player in the history of the game.
Yeah.
Something like that. So whatever it's going to be, we picked Dion Waiters up. I'm just happy that we got through that crazy-ass weekend and we won both games against two of the best teams in the league,
bro.
Milwaukee and also the Clippers. What did you think about that, Savvy?
Man, that was statements. Like it was mentioned. They keep talking about, LeBron's era is over. Oh, Kawhi's the man. Giannis is running away with the MVP. So every now and then, you know, James got to flex his muscles and be like, look, let me.
No, what does he say? What does he say? I'm going to ask him. I'm going to talk to you.
First thing.
LeBron, I'm going to ask you a question, LeBron.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And I'm going to be, if you don't mind me being straightforward with you, LeBron, because I'm going to say what people have been saying, and I know you've heard this, but can I be real with you?
Go ahead, man.
Okay. So people say you're 35 years old. It's three things. They say that you're not the guy you used to be. They say that you're not the MVP this year, and they say that you can't, was actually four things. You can't make other players better, and that you're not going to win a championship with the Lakers this year. What do you have to say to that, LeBron James?
Well,
First off, I want to say, man, I've been proving people wrong my whole career, man.
True.
And anybody that doubts me, they still got to wake up, have their same jobs.
Yep.
They got to be them.
Yep.
And I'm LeBron James.
Absolutely.
So, when I came to the Lakers, I knew it was going to be a rough road. They said I couldn't do it in the Western Conference. So I came to the Western Conference, and when I came over there the first season, I got injured. Well, this season we got AD. AD's on the way.
True.
And I just feel like I got something to prove, man, and God damn it, I'm proving it.
So
I'm LeBron James.
Absolutely. So people say, like a lot of people are asking, like, how in 35 years, 17 years into the game, how are you in the best shape you have ever been in? How is this? I swear to God, I look at games, LeBron, and you being the veteran, the oldest dude on the floor, but you actually look like the best, like you're in better shape than dudes that are 22, 23 years old. What's their secret?
Well, first off, I don't look like it. I am that, Alex.
Right.
And I spent $1 million on my body, man.
Real talk.
Even when I was filming Space Jam, man, like on them breaks, I was still in the gym, man.
Right.
Me and Bugs Bunny, man, and Tasmanian Devil, man, we was in there working out, man.
Right.
So, I drank a lot of wine. You know that wine keep you youthful.
Yeah.
Put them ice on my knees and ankles, man, and get them Thai massages without the extra benefits and shit, because I'm married.
Shout out to Savannah,
and
beautiful black woman and your queen. Yes,
that's right, man. And I'm LeBron James. So just don't ever forget that.
Well, I just want to say something, LeBron. As a true LA fan, born and raised here in LA, through the good and the bad, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. And I think there's only one thing that we need to do this year, not only just for the city, but for Kobe and all of America, is bring home that championship to Los Angeles this year, and I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for coming on the Funny Don't Stop
Show.
Show.
Man. Funny Don't Stop Show.
Thanks for listening to us, because I heard you listen to us all the time.
Always, man. Lake Show, let's get it. I'm LeBron James.
Hey, after the show, could you give us a drop for the Funny Don't Stop Show?
Hey, definitely, man. Anything for the Funny Don't Stop Show, man. Let's get it.
Appreciate it. Big round of applause for LeBron James, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
LeBron James pulling up on us. You know how it is. You never know who might stop by the Funny Don't Stop Show. Betsy, what's been going on in your life? You know what I mean? You always, doing something special and always adventurous. You and your sisters, and you come in with a new hairstyle every week and look like you just left the runway. What's going on in your life?
So I got my dogs groomed. I mean, I don't know. I drove out 4 hours to a comedy show this week. Did 30 minutes.
4 hours?
Yeah.
What state is that?
Was it in Vegas?
I was scared I was going to get the coronavirus at the Holiday Inn in Apple Creek.
Where the hell is Apple Creek
at?
You said it like us. All these black people know where Apple Creek is.
It's in Victorville. Somebody told me it's called the High Desert. I never heard of it. I don't know. I don't know half the shit in California.
The High Desert.
The High Desert.
I'm
Have
familiar.
you heard that?
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, I'm not.
I've heard of
Victorville.
Yeah. It's out there, Antelope Valley.
Yeah.
Palmdale, Victorville, all that shit.
Yeah, well, the Holiday Inn is the shit.
You did a show? You did a show out there?
You did a comedy show down there?
Yeah.
Wow. They probably got a Sonic or something like that, and that's the party spot where
They
everybody
do.
hang out.
They do.
Are you for real?
No, I swear to God.
They have some shit in Victor. I love it. I was like, damn, this is my jam. I'm at the Holiday Inn. I mean, I remember growing up going to the Holiday Inn.
Wow. I don't even want to ask. What were you doing at the Holiday Inn?
In New Orleans, that's what people do. They get hotel rooms. People get kegs. You do keg stands. You twerking all over the Holiday Inn. Y'all know how it is.
And nah, we know that life. I was in Chicago. We didn't get no Holiday Inns like that. I can't even remember where. I didn't see Holiday Inns until I went to the South. Till I went to college. I didn't.
There
really
weren't Holiday Inns out there by Midway.
I mean, out in the outskirts.
Yeah, the outskirts.
Outskirts, but not in the city.
Speaking of outskirts, this is all out of bounds and totally off the record. But I just heard this shit. Sometimes when I hear shit on the internet or I see stuff, I just gotta be like, I gotta bring this to the Funny Don't Stop Show. And this is random as hell. And I might be a little late. And we've talked about this subject before with other people, but this is just new to me. Did you guys hear or see that Chris Brown got an Air Jordan tattooed on his face? You guys?
Yeah, man.
Nigga just picked a shoe and put it on his face.
Yes.
Can somebody please explain this shit to me?
Yeah.
What made this nigga just go, you know what? Throw it. Jordan on my face.
Yeah, bored.
This dude has sold millions of albums. He's a talented dude. And I know you can see the pictures for everybody watching us on YouTube right now, but I'm just curious. Like, why do you think he did this, Savvy?
Somebody said that it symbolizes his new little boy, his kid.
A basketball shoe?
I'm assuming. I think it was a male shoe.
That'd be like, Alex, why'd you put applesauce on your face? Just got a son, man. I just got a son. You feel me?
I think
my son like applesauce and shit, so I said to me, put some applesauce on my face. You feel me?
They do, man.
And with a dead serious face, my nigga like applesauce, homie.
Crazy.
Why you laughing? He like applesauce, homie.
What kind?
It's not even applesauce that's the problem. It's the Jordan. It's the name or putting the brand of a whole nother man on your.
I
face.
know,
somebody
dude.
else's brand. Yeah.
Somebody. What kills me is the dude is an R&B singer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We know he likes basketball, but what's crazy is real basketball players don't put their own goddamn shoe on their face.
Yeah, that's true.
Michael Jordan didn't put his own shoe on his face.
Right.
LeBron didn't put a LeBron shoe on his face.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Raul just pulled it up. Is that like a pyramid or something on the top of it, Raul?
Well, yeah, because you know his clothing line is called Black Pyramid.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Now
But I wanted to ask Betsy, would you put one of your puppies on your face?
No, but I think that.
I mean, you have 27 dogs, so I'm just wondering.
He should have put the tennis shoes on his feet and chased his ass down to get Rihanna back.
Thank you.
I mean, that was like.
Thank you.
No, I wouldn't put shit on my face.
Said, would you put like a dictionary on your face?
Man, no, not at all. No tattoos.
Dictionary.
A thesaurus.
Damn.
You know?
Speaking of which, I went to the Rose Bowl flea market and I bought a whole collection of Harvard collection books this weekend. So I was really excited.
That's super exciting.
It's
Are you gonna read them all this week?
It was a rare collection. It was a rare collection from Berkeley.
We're all laughing because we're only said would do that shit.
And he was like, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
It was a good find, man.
So excited.
Guys, let me tell you something. I am going to read my ass off this week. Do you understand how much time? Do you understand how much reading these glasses are going to get, damn it?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I might even read it backwards. You know what I'm saying?
How many words can you read a minute?
It was rare. It was really rare. It was a Harvard Classic collection of all the great the great stories that are out.
Yeah.
It was like $30 for the whole set.
Ooh, that's crazy. Because usually that set be like 2,000.
He came up.
Usually, what set was that again?
No, it's
say
not.
Say the name of the set.
It's not like
No, but what's the name of that set?
Harvard Classic.
See, the Harvard Classic sets, them shits usually be like 4,700. Because my homie used to buy books and shit back in the day. No.
They said you're not one of those like those sovereign citizens, are you?
Sovereign?
I don't even know what that is.
You need to explain what that is, Sappy.
Well, it's
I don't follow the laws.
It's these people. You would hate to be with one if you get pulled over by the police.
Yeah, no, I don't.
They one of them dudes. They don't follow the laws, and they say they don't go by the laws of the city they in. They're sovereign.
Yeah.
So they're one of those guys where the cops will be like, you know why I pulled you over? I don't answer questions.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I
you're
need to see your
saying
driver's license? No, you don't. I don't answer questions.
Oh,
What is your
wow.
name? Government.
No, I've seen that. Yeah. Oh, so you're telling me Said's the type?
No, I'm not.
I'm asking, was
No,
he?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I know those type. Those are sovereign. No, I follow the laws. I pay my taxes.
Right.
I believe in this system. I think our forefathers have invested in this system, and we should get the most out of this system that we can.
All right. Well, you know what? I don't mean to put you out there like this, Said. You might be really mad at me that I put this out here in front of everybody. So everybody knows I've known Said for like 20-something years, and just don't get too upset with me. But
You finna say something, huh, Sid?
But only because we're on the subject, Said. So I believe him like 6-7 years ago when he was in Houston, because he lived in Houston when I met him, right? And the week I met him, I'm in my hotel room and I'm looking at TV. He flew me in to do a show. I think I was opening it up for like Music Soul Child, Erykah Badu, and Said was the promoter, right?
Right.
I'm in my hotel room. He said, I'll be back to get you in a few hours. Kick back, relax. An hour later, I turn on the TV. And there's a high-speed chase on the 10 freeway in Houston. And they are chasing Said on the
Stop! I don't believe it.
And the only way I knew it was him,
I don't
the
believe it.
only way I knew it was was him because he picked me up from the airport, so I knew the car. The only reason I knew it was him, because in the high-speed chase, you just see a dude throwing books out the window. And it's hitting all the cops. He was hitting motorcycle cops, and he was like, Sovereign! Sovereign! I know the answer to the cops. It's a book world. Read on. You're all stupid. And
I don't believe it, man. I don't believe it.
And what's so crazy, he threw one book up at the helicopter, right? And it fucked the blades up. The helicopter fell and said got away. I'll never forget that.
I don't believe it.
You can Google it.
Yeah.
You can Google it. How we doing on time?
You did give us an idea, though. Alex should do a segment when he goes into like story time. When he tells stuff.
Story time with Alex Thomas.
A bunch of stories, industry stories. Man.
But see, Alex's stories, they fuck with your head. Because you don't, he tells them so well, and he's so funny, you don't know what part of the story is true or false. Because he's telling us a story one day when I first met him about when he met Michael Jackson, which I totally believe.
Yeah, that was true.
Then he gets to a part and says he squeezed his nose, and I'm like,
I did.
I'm like, okay, nigga, did you really fucking squeeze the king of pop's nose?
I squeezed his nose, and everybody fell out laughing.
Are you bullshit?
That was the end of the story. But I will tell you real quick, not to get off the subject, the only thing that was a lie about what I just said, he did not throw books up at the helicopter. So, with all that being said, you guys, we are about to go to a break because we have an amazing guest from the United Kingdom. So hopefully if we got people out there listening and watching us all around the world, and especially London, we have musical journalists and all around cool ass dude, Ill Will Lavin in the building. Right back here on The Funny Don't Stop Show. We'll be right back. Check out this skit.
Okay. So I was on your little timeline and I see on your Instagram, you turned up with a whole lot of ladies. Do you like girls?
Well,
are you gay?
Not no more. You know, when I was in college, 05 to 09, I was wild as hell. I'm not like that no more. I mean, is that a problem?
Oh, no. Like, that's a beautiful thing.
I was on your Instagram. I noticed you had a lot of dudes in your timeline.
That's the homies.
Are you gay?
Shit, not no more. Yeah, I was wild as hell in college also, you know what I'm saying? 99 to 03, I was blowing niggas back out, boy.
Hell no.
Coast to coast.
Hell no. I ain't talking about this.
I said not no more.
Hell no with your nasty ass.
That was back in the day.
You ain't giving me no bacteria back. No, I'll tell you that. It's nasty.
That's the last time I'm honest with any of these bitches.
He shits with his legs crossed. He only speaks English, but can joke in Japanese. His side chick wouldn't have it any other way. He is the most interesting nigga in the world.
I don't always smoke weed, but when I do, I prefer the good shit. Keep it 100, my friends.
Check. All right, we are back here on
The Funny Don't Stop Show. Yeah.
Really weird. I only hear this in one ear.
Yeah. We in stereo. We in stereo in this piece.
How's everybody doing? You all good?
Yeah, we good, man. I can barely hear you, Alex.
You can barely hear me. See, that's a problem.
We only hear regular audio.
What about you guys over there? Can you
I'm
guys
good.
talk down there?
Yeah, I hear Savvy.
Can you hear this one?
Check. Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what?
Oh, I hear him now.
Let's
like
just
a
switch.
motherfucker.
Let's just switch here. Oh, damn.
Oh,
You
no.
can talk, Savvy,
Yeah, we killing. Of course, everybody's watching us right now on the platform, youtube.com/The Funny Don't Stop Show. Also, you can check us out on Spotify. Also, do the search on there for The Funny Don't Stop Show. We're on iHeartRadio under The Funny Don't Stop Show. We're on all platforms, everybody. So, you know, also call us in on the number 323-503-2070. Interact with us, chat with us. We're gonna swing it back to Alex Thomas.
Yes, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the Funny Don't Stop Show, we got my boy. He came in all the way from the UK. That's London, England. He is the world-renowned music journalist, Ill Will Lavin in the building. Big round of applause for
Thank you. I feel like the queen right now. Thank you. Thank you.
How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Put your hands out real quick.
Yeah, give me some hand
there
sanitizer,
we go.
bro.
And it smells really good, bro.
You can never be careful out here.
Absolutely,
Like
man.
I told you that story at the LAX.
Wait. Real quick. Let's jump into that. Before we get anything, has the coronavirus hit England? And it's hard, soft?
Apparently it has, but I've been in America for the last 3 months, so I haven't been home yet.
Oh, so when it hit, you were here.
Yeah.
So you can't really fly back yet, or you can, or what?
No, I can. I'm just here for another 2 weeks.
You're here for another 2 weeks.
But I've jumped around from Grammy Week in LA to Miami for the Super Bowl, then New York, then Atlanta, and then back here. So I've done like 5 flights already since the coronavirus hit.
Dude, so you're like on the world tour right now.
I am. Oh, wow. I'm trying to.
Wait, I can't hear you. I can't hear her on these on the mic at all. She's talking to it real quick.
That mic dead.
She is not on. She's not on. So Will, let me ask you something, man. You said something about at LAX.
Yeah.
They sent you. Did they send you a text or something or email?
Oh no. So the LAX thing was something different. So I arrived at LAX, went to the bathroom, and I take a piss. I go and then wash my hands, and hand sanitizer, and the dude next to me just walked straight up, splashed water on his hands, and just bounced.
Man. Like that episode of Seinfeld.
Right. And I'm like, hang on a second. There's coronavirus on TV everywhere, and you just went and did that.
Yeah,
You're
see,
a
that's some
motherfucker,
bullshit.
Like, for real.
That's what we call a filthy motherfucker right there.
Yes.
That's just nasty.
But people in England do that all the time anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought about that. I would have thought that England is such a clean place. It just seems, by the way, I have nothing bad to say about England because I love it so much. I've always had great shows over there. The people have always been nice. They were very receptive.
We love
so
you.
I wouldn't think that.
Nah, but you did the tourist. Like you went to Buckingham Palace, and you didn't go to the hood, right?
I did.
You didn't go to Brixton.
I did go to Brixton.
Oh, you did go to Brixton?
I had some Jamaican food in Brixton.
Okay.
And for the people that don't know about Brixton, that's like Compton, England.
Yes. Although not so
that's
much
like
anymore.
South Central.
Not so much anymore. It's gentrified a little bit more. Like
That's
I remember,
crazy.
I'll tell you, the first show I ever went to was in the year 2000, and it was Dre and Eminem at Brixton Academy. And I remember being this wet behind the ears. I must have been 17.
Right.
And I came out the tube and walked down the street, and there was a sign, and it just said, there was a murder here last week. If you have any information, please call this number. And it's the first time I've ever been. I was like, damn.
That's crazy.
I don't need to be here right now.
And was it a stabbing?
Eminem, you ain't worth this right now.
No. She had a good question because I was about to say something.
Yeah, they shank people to death, right?
Yeah, because we don't have guns.
They don't have. Is that not crazy?
I'd rather be shot than stabbed.
Why you say that, Betsy?
Come on, Alex. What would you rather?
That close combat? You don't like that close combat?
That's why I'm scared to go to London.
No.
It's an epidemic. We have a really bad knife problem in our country right now.
But that has always tripped me out. I've been going back and forth to London for at least 25 years now, and it always tripped me out. I was like, are the people that damn nice that the cops don't have to have guns? I mean, damn.
Yeah. I mean, there are cops that have them, but they're usually the cops that surround Buckingham Palace or when the Queen travels,
royalty,
or Parliament, that kind of stuff.
So what happens if there's a bank robbery or if somebody gets shot in a mall? Or
they chase them on a motorbike and try and run them over.
Wow.
They will do anything they can not to kill somebody.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Let's get into
I
your
would love to have them for LAPD, man.
Well, to be honest with you, no one would sign up for the LAPD if you couldn't have a gun. That's the first thing you need.
That's what I'm saying. You imagine going to Compton without a gun.
Yeah, right. Put it this way. Inside the classes, inside the precinct, I'm going to need a goddamn gun.
Yeah. Are they even thinking about it now, seeing you such this uprising of like Islam, and all of this tensions with religion and things of that nature?
No, I mean, they have tactical, so we have a tactical force.
Okay.
But not the average cop. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
How crazy
I
is
thought
that?
some did start carrying guns
It's
or
just
something after that.
They have tasers.
Oh,
they're
it's like
moving
the
up.
taser gun thing?
Yeah, taser guns.
Wow, yeah.
Do you understand a taser ain't shit here?
Yes, I do.
That would be like you said. No, they just hired a couple of UFC guys on the LAPD, and they can really knock people out. Man, a gun is. I don't care how good you can tase or sock people. A gun is. There's no. Put it this way.
There's no coming back from that. What if it's a mistake?
That is very true.
You know, you
that
look
is
at all
very
the police
true.
brutality that
That's
happens
true.
over here. If you had a taser or you rode into somebody, you might break their legs, you might shock them.
No, I hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean? But that's just people like me using common sense for that. You know
I would forgive you if you just electrocute my ass and say, "Oh, we fucked up."
now give me my money. Give me my money. Yeah.
Put it this way, Will. I appreciate the ideology behind that.
Right.
But I'm gonna give you one simple example real quick before we get into you.
Okay.
I would say maybe maybe longer than that. 10, 15 years ago, there was this famous bank robbery that went down not too far from where I live. It was a Van Nuys. They robbed the Bank of America.
Yeah, classic.
It was it's like one. Did you ever see the movie Heat?
Yeah.
So that's where they
it's
got
like the greatest action scene in history.
Well, that really happened.
And the greatest remake of all time.
There you have it. That really happened in this bank. Not even 10 minutes from here, right?
Damn.
And I never forget where I was. And
Val Kilmer was there and everything?
Val Kilmer was there and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but what happened was, I'll never forget this, and this is just on the topic. The LAPD showed up that day and literally did not have enough gunpowder.
Yeah.
So it just happened to be across the street from the bank where these Russian dudes robbed this bank, and thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds with AK-47s. There happened to be a gun shop across the street that the cops, like 24, 35, 50 cops, had to go into the store and ask the gun shop to give us your guns so we can fight these 3 bank robbers.
That is messed up.
I couldn't make that kind of shit
very
up.
coincidental.
I mean, the LAPD did not have enough gunpowder, and ever since then, that year I think was 98, 99, hey man, the average cop rolling down the street around a 3rd grade elementary school got an AK-47 in the car.
But that's what I'm saying. We have tactical for stuff like that.
Right.
If it's that bad. Like, obviously we have terrorists and stuff that happen a lot, and they send tactical.
Yeah, terrorists live all over the place here in LA.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna faint when I went to the Paris airport for the first time.
Right.
They have people with machine guns ready to shoot, like holding the trigger. Like, move wrong, bitch.
You know what's
You're
worse?
gonna die.
You know what's worse? Have you ever been to Dubai?
No. I will not go there.
When you go to Dubai airport, even the baggage claim dudes have guns.
Oh yeah.
Are you serious?
My closest example to that was this last Christmas. I went to Israel.
Right.
And kids, there are 13, 14, and 15-year-olds that are part of the police academy, and they're walking around with AK-47. It's actually a curriculum in all schools, junior high through high school. In Israel,
like driver's ed.
It's like driver's ed, or like what's the thing called here in America? Said
home ec, shop, auto.
The military, the army,
police academy.
No, it's at every high school, you guys.
SWAT.
Oh, ROTC.
ROTC. But in Israel, they're basically saying whether you're a female or a male, you have to take the class, because when you turn 19 and 20, it's the #1 option. If you want to do other things, you can, but it's a mandatory class that you know how to shoot an automatic rifle. So it's crazy.
So it used to be like that here.
I did that, So we have like army cadets. So it's kind of like when you're a teen, before if you want to go into the army. I didn't, but I wanted to do army cadets. So I fired automatic rifles, pistols.
At a young age?
Yeah, 13, 14, and I realized it wasn't for me, and I bounced.
You shot an automatic rifle at 13, but the cops driving down your street got pencils.
I mean, I was in the middle of nowhere. I was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, a lot of black colleges were actually founded that way. I know ours was, where everyone had to be in ROTC, and everyone had to learn, and they actually had PT in the morning. Everybody had to do the flag, so there was something.
You talking like in the early 1900s?
Yeah, when school was actually
because I know one guy did say they are not voluntarily giving black kids guns in schools right now.
No, when it was
because they get them for free already. So the last thing they're gonna
was that when Frederick Douglass went to school?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you guys, I have to say this about Ill Will Lavin. Do you notice the words Frederick Douglass just came out of his mouth?
Yeah, right.
This man right here probably knows more about the black culture than all of us put together.
Oh, don't say that.
He lives in England, and he knows the entire Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles menu by heart.
And Popeyes.
And Popeyes. He can tell you every lyric from Nas to Jay-Z to Kendrick Lamar to Lil Baby. When I tell you this dude, and that leads me to what I'm going to say. How did you get so deep into the hip hop and this culture, man? Like you blow me away with facts about you.
I mean, it's crazy because it wasn't intentional. It was more about my surroundings. So I grew up in a fucked up home life. I haven't spoken to my mom in 8 years.
To this day?
Yeah, to this day. Like
why? Long story.
My mother's an alcoholic.
Okay.
My father was violent in the house.
Oh, okay.
And I had 2 sisters I had to protect. So like I was kind of like the eldest, getting beaten the shit out of.
Well, you would have thought with all that being said, you would have became a pimp or a rapper.
Right.
That's the story you just said is when people turn into music.
Yeah, I'm going to become baby powder. That's me, right? So, But no, I went the other way. What it was I needed an out. I needed a refuge. And it's funny, my first walk into hip-hop was MC Hammer. Because
89, 90, 91.
1990 was Please Don't Hurt 'Em Hammer. And,
exactly.
I was 7 years old. And
in what city?
Well, I was in Cornwall, so it's the boot part at the bottom of England. It kind of looks like Italy, the boot of Italy.
How the hell were you hearing, seeing, and watching hip-hop in 91 in, what'd you say, Cornhole?
Cornwall.
Cornball?
Cornwall.
Cornwall.
Like the wall that Donald Trump is trying to build.
Cornwall. So in Cornwall, England, how the hell were you listening to Hammer, dude?
Yo MTV Raps. And I used to buy The Source. I used to buy XXL.
All
Vibe,
the magazines.
And I was looking at the ads and trying to work out who was this. So that was my introduction.
Yeah.
But then the moment where my life changed forever was when I heard Me Against the World by Tupac. That album saved my life.
How did it save you? Because I've heard a lot of people say that. I need to know, what does that mean coming, how old are you?
I'm 37.
I need to know, what does that mean coming out of a 37-year-old white man from Cornwall, England? How did a Tupac album save your life? Explain that.
Because I could relate. I could relate to Pac's story. I could relate to everything he was talking about in the album. Everybody thinks just because Dear Mama's on the record that he was always cool with his mom, but he wasn't, because she was a crack fiend. And he talks about it. And he had different father figures in the house.
He did.
And she, because she was into drugs, my mother was into alcohol. So I could see
you can
this.
relate.
And contrary to public belief, I didn't grow up in like a private school or anything like that. I grew up even though Cornwall is nice.
It's like the hood.
There were hoodish tendencies.
Is that Irish Cornwall?
No,
no.
Okay. Ireland's like the island just off and a little bit further north.
Okay.
So every time I listened to it, it was like my escape. And Pac spoke to me. And I remember the day he died, like it was the first time I ever cried over somebody I never knew.
That's crazy.
And from that moment on, I realized that because he took me away from the shit I was experiencing at home, I wanted to dedicate my life to paying music back forever. And that was why I'm here today, and I've never given up, because this music industry is fuckery half the time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, I agree.
And like I have a Pac tattoo on my back.
Wow.
And like he just changed, he saved my life. There's albums that changed my life, but that album in particular saved my life and made me realize that there's a bigger world out there.
Right.
And then when Eminem came along, I could see a white boy that could rap, that wasn't Vanilla Ice, that wasn't Third Base, that it was Eminem, and he had problems with his mom.
Yeah.
So it was even
You were
more.
able to relate to these people.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. Being that, were you like the only white kid in that neighborhood that liked it? Did you have homies that liked it, or did you have to deal with the world of they're all teasing you because they're all into Bon Jovi and Guns N' Roses, and you're fucking listening to hip hop, Biggie, and the Tribe Called Quest? Like, was there problems and barriers in that?
Well, Cornwall and Devon, which are the two counties next to each other, are two of the most discriminatory of the country. Like if you're at that time. So if you were a different race, if you were gay, if you were not even from that area, when I moved from Devon to Cornwall, I experienced like discrimination just because I wasn't from Cornwall. And then you add in that I'm walking around with one pant leg rolled up like LL Cool J, and I have like
a bandana around your head like Tupac.
Trust me. And like you've seen, I sent you some of those photographs of me.
They're showing the pictures.
And there's like I had the Players Club poster in the background. That's my college.
Dude,
that's my college
crazy
room.
Is that? One of my first big movies that I was in, and he showed me a picture. How old were you?
I was 18.
He had it on the door in his college dorm room. So basically, anything that had to do with the culture, you saw. Like, so you saw Boys in the Hood. You saw everything that was going. Now let me ask you.
The comedy the comedy changed a lot for me. When I saw Chris Rock's Bigger and Blacker, something changed in me. I was like, wow, what the fuck is this?
So all these black people have had influences on your life.
Yeah.
Is there anybody white that had influence on your life?
Eminem.
I mean, outside of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, did David Faustino or you know what I mean, Brad Pitt or Rob Lowe, like famous dudes?
Yeah, like
Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
like, did you? Or were you just not fucking with them?
No, in music, like John B. John B.
But he had soul. John B was like a brother. He was light-skinned. He wasn't
like,
even white.
He was like Drake before Drake.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. John B has black girlfriends. All he dealt with
His wife is black.
I know him. I've been knowing him for years. He's from Pasadena. I'm just saying, like, so for example, during those days, were you just strictly hip hop? The way you dressed, did you like black women? Did you mess with black girls?
Dude, if you saw my wall in my bedroom and in my university dorm, it was posters of Stacey Dash, Tyra Banks,
Whoopi Goldberg.
Like not quite. Not quite. We ain't doing Whoopi, but I ain't gonna do Whoopi like that. Okay? Whoopi is that's Queen, bro. That's Queen. That's Queen. Right? Like Ghost is the shit. You know what I mean? The Color Purple, the shit. But no, it was like Stacey Dash was always my.
Oh, she was
like,
one of my favorites
it's
of
just a
all
shame
time.
that she's crazy now.
I know.
You know.
Usually the bad ones are.
Yeah, and Halle Berry was crazy.
I've been very lucky to do 2 movies with Halle Berry. I was in Baps and I was in Why the Fools Fall in Love. And I've worked with her twice, and she was always cool to me. But when I heard all the stories from the dudes
she's crazy.
That messed around with her, they were all like, that is the craziest bitch I've ever met in my life.
Bruh.
And then I gotta say one last thing. One dude, I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was like, look at it like this. You know, they're gonna say one man's trash is another man's treasure, right?
You're talking about Eric Benet.
You can pick 5 dudes out there right now that won't fuck around, that will pay you to fuck around with her. Because they don't want to have nothing to do with that motherfucker.
No, but you know what? I would still try.
You would just try anyway.
I'm one of those people.
Even if she had the coronavirus.
I believe, yes, because I believe that I cannot judge someone else without trying that shit myself, whether that's drugs, alcohol.
You need to find out yourself.
You know what I mean? I need to.
You need to go down on Halle with a coronavirus mask and say, I'm going to take my motherfucking chances.
I'm taking the mask off, bro. That's Halle Berry, bro. You know what I mean? You've seen Boomerang.
One of the hottest women alive.
Oh, come on, man.
Like, and I tell you, when I saw Stacey Dash in Mo Money in that red dress.
Oh.
Yo,
classic.
I think I might have had my first orgasm.
There you have it.
Without even touching myself.
Well, there you have it. So, are you single right now?
I am. Yep.
You singing how these chicks in this whole Instagram world and how these social media chicks treating you now, Ill Will?
They're treating me all right. More so when I come out to the US.
Are they sliding in your DMs on a regular basis?
A few.
Because that has to be.
I'm not going to give away my complete.
But that has to be something. That has to be a treat to just say a ratchet ass black chick, right?
Yeah.
To find a white dude with an English accent and he loves sisters. I mean, that has to be like a dream to some of them.
Yeah, I remember when I first met John B's wife, and she said that to me. She was like, "You are gonna clean up out here." I remember John saying to me, "You know what? My wife said that if she wasn't married to me, she would definitely try to date you."
Well, first of all, they're gonna hook up with you because they know their credit's gonna get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they need someone to speak to the police. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's how it works.
So I gotta ask you this: since you're a hip hop head and so am I, I'm just getting straight to the point, man. Your top 5 back in the day and your top 5 today.
Artists.
And why?
Artists.
Yes. It doesn't even have to be in a certain order. Just because I love hip hop so much, and I'm gonna know everybody you're talking about.
Okay, so I mean, obviously, 1 is Pac. 1 is always Pac. 2 is LL Cool J. See if Eminem is 3.
Okay.
4 is probably DMX.
Okay. You're winning right now. I agree with all that.
5 is gonna be a toss-up between Cube and Scarface.
Okay.
Just because I'm a Southern head too. Like I'm huge on Master P, the No Limit Come Up, 3-6 Mafia, and the Hypnotized Mind.
So you follow the whole
Me too.
Betsy happens to be from New Orleans.
Oh, you're from New Orleans.
She's
so Manny Fresh and
a lot of people don't know
Cash Money.
she was actually Cash Money's first white artist back in the day.
Hey. I thought that was Tina Marie.
No, Betsy was first, and it didn't really work out, so she started selling dogs.
Oh, I thought you were going to say dope. I was like, wow, okay.
Sold that too. No, I'm just.
She's like, I sold that shit too.
Anything you buy and I'm selling.
It's like, it made me think of Hustle and Flow. You know, the white chick in that.
That was so good.
Okay, so DMX, You said you love dancing, so you like the whole Master P. Nah.
Yeah, well, Mystical was my guy.
Mystical was the dopest ever. Did you ever like Mystical?
Yeah, no. Bitch, jump, bitch, move. You see them headlights? You see the fucking crowd?
What about
Like,
Partners
you know what I
in Crime? Does anybody know
Yeah, of course
Partners in Crime?
What are you talking about?
I mean, that is the best New Orleans rap group ever. That's the best rap group, in my opinion, in the world.
I actually think one of the best New Orleans artists that never gets talked about is Soulja Slim.
Oh.
Did he get killed or go to jail?
He did. He got shot on his grandmother's lawn. Yeah.
Wow. No, I remember Soulja Slim. That was back when they had the other two dudes. They were two twin killers.
Well, there was Mac.
They killed people and they were twins.
Oh no.
One day,
Cain and Abel.
Cain and Abel. I know that, but that was so funny because then there was a C murder.
C murder.
Who actually murdered somebody.
No. Allegedly, Master P and his brother and Silk are trying to get him out right now.
But that was true. His name was C Murder.
It was.
And he murdered somebody.
But it's like, do you know what? When people talk about C Murder and Killer Mike, they don't understand the actual he's not saying that he goes out murdering people. He's saying, I see murder from my doorstep. Killer Mike is killing microphones.
That's
so
true.
white America hop on that shit quick and are like, yo, he's a bad person, because that's bullshit.
Well, no, that's true. But here's the problem.
But there are the ignorant motherfuckers too.
Right. But I love you brought that up because way before my time, back in my early Def Comedy Jam days, I was ahead of my time with a lot of my jokes. You can look back. I used to do a joke 96, 97, and it was about how can you be mad at the police when you name yourself after the fucking crime you committed? I'll never forget when J.O. Felony first came out. The motherfucker was a real felon. See, murder. He really killed somebody. There was a dude called Arson, and that motherfucker really started fires. But then you're mad at the police. Why they fucking with me? Because, nigga, you said you start fires. You said you killed somebody, and you called yourself a felon, and that's what you do. I was like, next, in 2 years, there's going to be a motherfucker come out. His name is going to be Lil Rape Charge. That's just going to be his name.
Lil Rape Charge.
And he going to have a hit song called I Don't Take No for an Answer. But then you're going to be pissed off at the cops because you named yourself after your crime.
He didn't mention Lil Jon, though.
Right.
He didn't mention Lil Jon. Your Lil Jon joke is like never.
I got so many. You know what it is? I've just always been able to joke about the culture, and they've all supported me. Like I was friends with Pop. I knew Biggie. I knew these guys used to always come to my shows.
Rest in peace, Big. It was the anniversary yesterday.
Yeah, Nipsey. All these guys that I came in contact with, they used to they loved my comedy, but I was that dude that I wasn't trying to act like a gangster. I grew up in South Central LA. I grew up around all those dudes. I just never got caught up into it, but I talked about it in my comedy. Yeah. So they had something they could relate to.
But that's the beauty about comedy, I think, and I think we're losing that. Dave Chappelle did that speech recently when he won the Mark Twain Award, and it was like that. What he said was so poignant, is that we need to get back to when comedy was no holds barred. And that you could joke about anything because it gave people comic relief.
Will, it's fucked up now.
But let me ask you this, right?
I can't talk about certain things now because the industry, if I say this, if I say that, I can be blackballed. So it's kind of fucked up going on stage with handcuffs on.
Yeah. Look, listen, right, so think about this.
Too many sensitive people in the world today.
If Eminem came out today, would he be as big? Talking about all the shit, his girlfriend, his wife, it just wouldn't happen.
No.
I think so.
I mean,
I think he would.
No,
I think he would.
I hate to say it. You guys probably be mad at me for saying this, but I'm just gonna be with you. And I know Eminem, cool ass dude, but I honestly feel because he's white, he will get away with it. Now, still gonna be people mad.
But he would admit that. But he would admit that.
He would admit what?
He would admit that he would get away with that shit. Like when he did on the Eminem show, when he said that I sold more because I'm white, he came out and said that.
Right.
So he would admit
you hit it on, it's almost like a gay dude doing gay jokes, it's okay. He can talk about his own. But if I go up and say it, I'm a guy that's bashing gay guys.
Right.
Even though it's funny as fuck, it's like I can't go up there and I would almost have to say I'm gay to for the joke to be okay.
Well, didn't that just happen recently to Rosario Dawson? Didn't she say some shit and then all of a sudden she came out and said that she was bi or something?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the full story, but I remember reading something similar.
Right.
But like, what I always loved about M was before it became a thing, he exercised and admitted that he had white privilege.
Right.
Oh, very true. And he's telling the truth.
And that's the problem, that people give me a bad name. It's like fellow white people who just cannot admit that shit. I'm just like, bro, what? Why does it offend you so much that you can't admit that
Well,
shit?
a lot of times the truth hurts.
Real talk.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Okay. I was going to say real quick.
So
the next phase after the admission what are the steps to take to actually heal white privilege? Because although we're now coming into the conversation about acknowledging it, like any 12-step program, acknowledgement is the first step, but then what are the next step after we acknowledge that?
Well, first of all, I think it's about educating yourself on the history of what actually happened, because there's so many white people in denial that know nothing about slavery. They don't know the history for a start. So they just blank it out.
Slavery happened? I thought we were indigenous.
Oh, really? Nobody told the Brits this. Nobody told the Brits this. But I think it's about educating yourself, and it's the same within the hip hop culture. It's interesting that you just brought that up, because I was just having this conversation. Do you remember? Because obviously you came up in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
When hip hop was big in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s, each generation, so the 80s hated the 90s because they became a bit more thugged out. The 90s hated the 2000s because it was the shiny suit era.
Exactly.
And then after the 2000s to now, essentially, or last
the
decade,
mumble rap,
was the mumble rap,
shit,
and it was the trap hi-hat, right?
Trap, right.
But every generation still respected the generation before. This generation now do not.
And that's a problem.
They do not give
and that is a problem.
No respect.
Zero.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I think that a lot of them do, but they're just, I'm not knocking them all, but they can't admit it. I hate to say this generation came up, I hate to say this, kind of like fatherless.
Right.
So what happens is when you have fathers, they instill certain values into you.
Yeah.
And
like Lawrence Fishburne in Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, and it's kind of like how I'm going to teach my son. You still respect your elders and the people that came before you. Because if you don't do that, where would you be if it wasn't for them? It's almost like saying, just say thank you. Shake a hand. Be like, brother, I appreciate what you did. I grew up watching you. Man, that's how I got my style. Something like that. But this generation's on that, man. Fuck them motherfuckers. Do you think you were first?
Like,
motherfucker, you were born in 03. You're new.
You guys, Elizabeth Warren said this exact thing.
For real?
For real.
What'd she say?
She said every successful person today, everyone who owns a business, everyone who wants to say they made themselves, they're self-made, they came up, you are driving on the roads that someone else built for you. You're walking into a building, leasing that someone else built for you. Everything you have today is for what people in the past built for you.
Amen.
The platform.
Absolutely.
The architects.
But not even, not to be the Debbie
And
Downer, but, you know, not even just the road. We were the road. We were the backs that was whipped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's an extra extreme when we start talking about the black diaspora and actually the road that we've traveled. And I think you're right. The fact that every generation respected the past generations because we all were connected to the struggle. The problem with this generation is they don't see any struggle, and therefore they don't respect what comes from behind them because they don't see what any struggle is in the process.
They had it easy.
Yeah. Right.
And that's what's going on in England right now is this, you know, the whole Windrush generation thing. So basically the Windrush generation rebuilt England after World War II because everybody had died in the war. So all these workers from Africa came to England and rebuilt the country, right? Now, in the last 2 years or so, the government, the conservative government, people whose papers aren't quite up to scratch, they're kicking them out, and they've lived in England for 40, 50 years.
I got a good question for you real quick.
Crazy.
I want to know that in England, do they like, respect, and follow this whole trap rap shit? Because I know from my experience in England, they like more of the Tribe Called Quest, the Commons, the Run DMC, more of the legends versus this new shit.
The quote unquote backpacker hip hop.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that you look at it is it's split down the middle. So you have people. So for example, EPMD, Onyx, Eric B and Rakim, they can come to the UK
and sell out 10,000 seating
and sell out shows. Like the R&B dudes are huge over there.
I heard.
Drew Hill, Jodeci,
Joe.
Rough Ends,
Joe.
Like all these dudes come out and sell out, right?
He manages them.
Oh, dope, right. So you're always over there. Like Bobby Valentino, like all of these dudes, right?
But those dudes, it takes 20 of them to sell out a 2,000 seater
that's
here.
True.
It's crazy.
But with the trap stuff, they love Future and Young Thug and all these kind of dudes. But we have developed, or not me personally, but we as a country, from grime, have now developed this thing called drill music. Which
was Chicago.
Which was Chicago, but we now have a UK drill. And it's essentially our trap music. I'm not really into it. It's not
because
my
it's
thing.
the newest shit.
Yeah, like it just does nothing for me.
No, I get you. Will, we are definitely going to have you back, bro. Because there's so much. Put it this way, I've had a ball with this man so far. Is he not an amazing guy?
Awesome.
We got into it.
Thank you.
So we gotta have you back because there's so much more to talk. The next time you come out, I want to talk about the era of Double XL and Source and all the magazines that you've written for. Because I was big fans. I was that guy that had a subscription to every hip hop publication there ever was. That was just me.
I still have mine.
Is it still out?
No, I mean I have all the old ones.
I
never threw
kept
them
the
out.
album covers and everything. Yeah. And the magazine covers and all that. But we definitely got to have you back. Tell us real quick before we go, because we got to wrap up. Where can we find you? What's coming up next for Ill Will Lavin?
Okay, so you can hit me on social media. It's official Ill Will. That's Twitter and Instagram. I don't do Snapchat. I'm not about Snapchat. Sorry, people.
Okay.
Like I'm too old for that shit. My website is www.illwill.co.uk, and I'm just writing out here, and I'm in LA shooting a pilot, but I'm not sharing any information about it just yet.
That's okay.
But let's just say it's interesting. It could be a life-changing thing for me, and it might encourage me to come move here.
One last question before we leave. I see you are tatted the hell up.
Yes, sir.
You love hip hop. Would you ever put a tattoo on your face, like Ill Will on your forehead or something like that?
Are we going back to this Chris Brown?
would you put like some soccer cleats? Would you put some soccer cleats on your face?
Cleats.
Do you even play soccer? Football.
When I was a kid, I'm an NBA nut. I have an NBA logo.
Would you put a basketball? What's your favorite team?
I have an NBA logo tattooed on my ankle.
Okay, but would you put it on your face?
No.
Okay.
This face is too pretty, bro.
So nothing on your face. You know, it's so hard because the whole time we've been sitting here, I've been thinking, would he get a face tattoo?
I know, because who's your favorite basketball team?
I'm a Warriors fan.
So you wouldn't put like a Steph Curry's face on your face?
This is Steph Curry's jersey number right here.
But I'm talking about on your face.
Hell no.
Okay. Damn it, I'm trying to get a tattoo.
Look at this face,
There's
bro.
a tattoo place across the street.
Face,
Can we go get it on your face?
I'm on TV too much. Like, people would kick me off.
Okay, if I go get a tattoo.
If I get the Queen, I was going to say Harry or Meghan, but I don't think they'll go for that anymore. The Queen.
So
maybe.
you wouldn't put Stacey Dash on your face?
No, but I'd put her somewhere else.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. One more big round of applause for Ill Will Lavin, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
So, hey, you guys, that is a wrap for us. Real quick, Savvy Amusing, let them know where they can find you at, man.
IG Savvy_Amusing.
Said Brass.
Yeah, you can check me out at Said with an SEDBRASS.
Betsy Cox.
IG at Bling and Betsy Comedy. I can't even remember.
And you check me out at Funny Man Alex Thomas. The hashtag is The Funny Don't Stop. And this is
The Funny Don't Stop Show.